Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Joanna. Nothing like a bit of drama to get us going first thing in the morning. I am really sorry about that. I'm going to wait a few minutes while you come in. I had it all checked and everything was zippity-doo and good at 7 a.m. this morning. And then when I went to press live, I got some really erroneous insert news stream code information. So I'm going to wait a couple of minutes while hopefully you come on in over from that previous link. So I hope you're okay. Come on in. Nothing like a bit of stress on a Wednesday morning, but wherever you are, I hope you're well and bright. So how are we doing? So as you come on in, if you can just say hello and just let me know that you're all right. Don't know what is going on this morning, but I hope you're well. I hope you're bright. I'm going to have a little sit. Oh, yes, my good, you are coming on in. Thank you so much. Yoo-hoo! Phew. There we go. Right, I need to have a glug of this. Technology, do you know what? I woke up in the middle of the night and I'm actually, to be honest with you, speaking heart to heart here, I'm actually really quite stressed. And because it's such a steep learning curve with all the technology right now and kind of bring it all together. And I'm not really a very techie person. So I'm feeling a bit sort of technology overload, overwhelmed. But anyway, so that was the irony of having another little blip this morning. But there we go. I'm becoming quite proficient at it on a very steep learning curve. So thank you so much for bearing with me. How are you, lovely people? Are you all right? It's Wednesday. It's midweek. It's also WalkActive Wednesday. So I've got my base layer on. I'm going to go out afterwards and the sun is shining. It's absolutely stunning. So wherever you are, I hope you're really well. Thank you for bearing with me. This is session number 5. We are cracking through this. Really loving teaching you. And what we're going to do today is actually focus a little bit more sort of actually on our side waistline as well as all our posture work. So if you're ready, gorgeous people, let's start. We're going to start standing up. We're going to do a little bit of working. Standing up, then we're going to come down onto the floor and actually really open up the hips, come back up and then do some integrated waist and ab work all the way through. So hopefully by the end of it, you're going to feel zing, zing, zing. So if you're ready, let us begin. So 3 nice big deep breaths to begin with. Have the feet hip distance apart, and I know our global greeting will help with that position. And we're just going to bend the knees, gather the energy from the air, have a really big stretch up, really grow tall, and then pull the arms wide in this nice W sign. So as we do that, pull the arms wide, elbows coming down to the floor so you feel the width of your body, and then actually work on the width of your hands. So spread your hands. Good, let's do that again, deep breath again. So breathe in, stretch up nice and tall, and then pull the arms down nice, big W sign, slightly out of your vision of line. So you've got this breadth across your chest. Spread the hands. Good, one more time, deep breath in. Really fill your lungs. Grow tall, gorgeous people. Let's be tall and proud and vital with our bodies this morning. Pull back nice and wide with the hands. Feel the breath. Good job, and just release. Now give the wrist a little bit of a roll, and then from here take a deep breath in again and take hold of one wrist and lift up and over. So I want you to really think about the side length of your body here. So we're going into our waistline. Think about the position from the foot to the knee to the hip, all the way through, and give yourself a little bit more length up through that part of your body. Okay, wriggle your fingers because I want you to feel extension from the middle finger here all the way down to the ground. Take a moment to really enjoy that side length. Good, then come back to the center, take the arms wide and just roll the shoulders a couple of times, just loosen it all off, bend the knees a bit, just whatever feels good for you today. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So here we go, stretch up nice and tall, reach up and over. So extend through the fingertips. I've got that nice length. Think about the position of the foot and the knee and the hip. Really feel that you wriggle the fingers here. And as you do that, you feel all the connective tissue right down through the side of the body. So you have this positive connection with your whole of your body all the way through. And then come back to the center. Good job. Roll the shoulders again. Now we're going to go to that side area again. I want us to come to the point of the furthest point of stretch. So energize your fingers to the top corner. And this hand here is actually going to be energized to the bottom corner. So it's almost like a diagonal stretch. Now from that point, make sure you've got distance between the earlobes and shoulders, length between the ribs and the hips, and this side as well. That's important. You might want to have a little soft bend of the knee. And then you're going to pulse at the furthest point of stretch. So it's a tiny pulse about 8 times. So just really think about working into the waistline. The trick here is to energize the top hand as well as the bottom hand so that you're really working into your internal and external obliques. So those form your waist. Give me 2 more here. 2, good, and 1 more. Stretch into top hand, bring it round, and just roll the shoulders. And we're going to do the same on the other side, okay? So come up tall, get that length. Really important you pre-lengthen. Bring this arm down, energize this hand to that corner, over that side. So length here between the earlobes, length here, and length here. So you're not scrunched. I want you to come up and out of the waist. Ready? Let's go. So just reach across. And again, so the active bottom hand is coming to the corner and the top one is going there. We'll just do 4 more and 3 more and 2 and 1. Good job. And release down. Fantastic. Right, come to this end of your mat, and we're going to do a little block of work here. We're going to do 4 roll downs, and between each roll down we're going to do an abdominal J. So lots of lovely back mobility, opening up the posterior chain, but also again coming back to this mid torso. Okay, are you ready? So take the arms in front of you, cross them over your chest, and then we're going to do our first preparation. So here's our knee bend, here's a tuck under, so we get this nice length in the lower part of the spine. Chin comes down, but at the main time we've got to make sure that we keep the distance between the ribs and the hips so we're not sinking. And then from here, bend the knees a little bit more generously if you want. Curl down and just get this first nice bit of movement through the spine. So this is our first one. Just see how that feels. Again, bend the knees if you need to, but be aware that your weight is more in the heel pad than it is forward. So you've got good stability in your body. Bend the knees and we're going to roll up, lovely people. Lift up, just getting a little bit of movement. Come back. Uncross the hands and let's do our first abdominal J. So hands are level with the belly button, a little bit of softness in the knee. Here we go. We're going to draw down, scoop in through that lower part. This is our first one, so we're just waking up this area. Come all the way up to the sternum. Relax the shoulders down, taper into that waistline, and here we are with our global greeting. So let's do this for 5 and 4 and 3. The first one, we're just starting to wake it up, softness in the spine. 2 more, 1 more, relax down, ease off a little bit, come back, cross the hands the other way, and we've got our second roll down. So here's our knee bend. Here's a little bit of a tuck under, so we get that waking up in the lower part of the spine. Chin comes down, so it's almost like that bookend. Pelvis tucked under, shoulders tucked under, but length here. And then we roll around it. So we're putting this delicious movement into the spine, and we're just waking up the body, being a bit curious, seeing how it feels. This is our second one. Get into that movement, feel how it is for you. Bend the knees, and we're going to come all the way up. So we're just putting lovely, lovely range of motion through the body. We uncross the hands and we're back here with our attention here. Second ab J. So knees are bent, ready to scoop in. So we get that lower part of the abdominal coming in here. We come all the way up the sternum. We taper down through the shoulders into that waistline, and we're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really lift up space in the length. 3 and 2 and 1. Good, relax down. Take the hands again. Third roll down. Are we ready? Let's do this. So knees bend, tuck under. Let the chin come down. So by repeating this, it just gives us a little bit of a reference point of kind of waking up the body, and also finding maybe little moments of joy of seeing actually that the body starts to respond. And it is a gift the more that we do this. So when the first one happens, it might be, oh, a bit clunky. But as we move into it, we actually find that the body will respond. And that's a really positive thing. This is our last ab J in this little sequence here. Okay, so here's my knee bend, scoop down. And remember, if you want some extra help with this, we've got that actual ab J drill video that can help you as well. So I'm drawing in the lower transverse. That's the tricky bit. Here I come up now, so I get the long bit through the rectus abdominis. The shoulders are down. I taper into my waistline, so I'm really getting nice neatness there. And I finish it with my global greeting. So this keeps the distance between the ribs and the hips. And I'm here for 10, 9, 8. I'm neat with my body, space in the spine, protecting that, but lift here. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. You're looking great today, people. 1 more and relax down. Good job. Now take the hands out here. This time we're going to roll down and we're actually going to walk out to a box position. So let's get this nice and ready. Okay, please join me. So the knees are bent. Tuck that tailbone under, chin comes down, nice movement all the way through the spine. Does this one feel a bit better than the first one? Okay, see how that feels. Just take a moment before we rush and into any movement. Feel maybe a little bit more expansion through the back of the leg. Uncross the hands, and then from here, draw the abdominals in, so we've got a little bit of awakening there, and we're going to walk the hands out. And I quite like to give myself a target of 6 walks with my hands, gets me into position, and then I bend my knees a little bit, and I come down onto my knees with respect, okay? Now, from here, just shift your weight a little bit. And what I want us to do is actually take one leg out to the back. So the leg that you've extended to the back, I'm actually just going to bring it all the way around to the side. Okay, so it's almost like if you were on a clock face, your head would be looking at 12 o'clock and the leg at the side would either be at 9 or at 3. And if that feels a bit uncomfortable, obviously you can come back. But if you can have it at 9 or at 3, that would be great. So from here, pull up through those abdominals, pull up through the chest. And if you want to take this leg a little bit further back, you can. And what you're going to do is you're just going to ease back. So you pull back with the hips and then you come forward a little bit. So you've got your shoulders over your wrists. How does that feel? So just ease back and then open up. Now, a couple of things to think about as you're moving into this. First of all, think about being respectful. Just be a bit curious. You also want to be thinking about lifting your tailbone up at the back. And this is a really great little kind of hip opener. Also sort of getting a bit of stretch through the inner thighs, okay? And you want to make sure that those toes are pressing down towards the floor. So you just get that nice range of motion right down the length of the outside leg, okay? Now, how does that feel? Does that feel all right? From here, I want us just to actually think about this hand, that's the same one as the bent knee, coming directly underneath the head. So that will give you a little bit more stability. This hand now is spare, and you're going to trace it up, this spare hand, bring it to your shoulders. And if you have any concern about your neck mobility, I would suggest that you stay here with your hand on your shoulder. If you want to extend it, you can actually bring that elbow really up to the sky, and then you can extend the hand up as well. So think about pressing into the ground, energize into the hands, so you've got lovely length and gathering as much height as possible, if you can, from this hand and that hand down on the floor. So stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, and really lovely upper back mobility as well. And then bring that hand down and then trace it back. Good job. And then from here, you're just going to come back up and lift up. And from this position, I'm just going to ask you to give me one abdominal J, okay? So you're slightly asymmetrical, but it will really help you put attention to this part. So we're going to draw down, lift up, shoulders, taper down, and I'm here for 10 and 9 and 8. Feel nice and neat. Press those feet down. 7 and 6 and 5. Keep the length in the width here. That's really important. 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Good job. Okay, and then from here, bend back, tuck your tailbone under, hands come back, and we're back in this position on all fours. This leg is going to come in, and when you're ready, tuck your toes under, lovely people. We're going to push ourselves up into a downward dog, okay? So here we come, unfold, lift up through the hips, and this is our first one. So just find yourself in a position that might feel kind of opening, a little bit expansive. Maybe you might feel a little bit tight on your calves. So if that's the case, bend the knees, adjust it to what feels good for you. But the emphasis is you're pushing away from the ground and you're lifting up the tailbone, easing the feet down towards the ground. Add a bit of movement to that because it just feels a little bit better. And then from here, we're going to come out of this position. So bend the knees and you're going to walk the feet in towards your hands. Okay, here we go. So we're going to go 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So we're back here in that forward hanging bend. Hey, how are we doing? All right. So from here, put your weight into the heel bone, into that heel pad, and you start to activate the posterior chain, tuck the tailbone under, ease up nice and gently. And that we find ourselves in a standing position up at the top. And then from here, we're going to repeat that all again. I've got a guest appearance from my little border terrier. Hello, Barney. How are you? Yes, how you get... No, wait. Today is one of those days, lovely people. Sorry about this. Okay, just bear with me. We're keeping it real. So from here, we're going to repeat all of those. Take the hands out to the side. You've got to laugh. Here we go. So from here, we're going to bend those knees. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, and we're going to do those roll downs with those ab Js again. So from here, ease down, and then you're just going to roll down. Barney's still here. He's just slightly out of camera. He's just looking at me thinking I'm going to cause some havoc. So here we are in our little roll down here. Then tuck the tailbone under, then roll all the way up. Nice and smooth. Come up tall. Uncross the hands, and we're back here with an abdominal J. Are we ready? Here we go. So slight bend, scoop under, really get that air activated all the way up. Feel how proud you are with your body. You're nice and open. The shoulders down. We're tapering here. We're here for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2, keeping our body nice and neat. And 1. Relax down a little bit. We go into our second one. Cross the hands. Are you ready? Please join me. Knees are bent. Tuck under. Chin comes down, so we keep this length, and then we have this lovely roll down, just easing into the body, soft flowing movement. Feel maybe a stretch in the back of the hamstrings, maybe a bit of a calf, bend the knees. I'm going to roll all the way up, 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 up. Take the hands out. See, there we go. Wants to steal the show. And we're ready now with our hands. So bend the knees, get ready for your ab J. We're going to scoop in, lift up, shoulders down, taper down. We're going to put this as one of those days. We're here with our ab J for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. We're back with our roll down. Cross your hands, lovely people. How are you doing? Bend the knees, tuck your tailbone under, chin comes down. Keep that distance there. Let's have that lovely roll down all the way. Good job. And then from here, feel how maybe there's more opening in the back of the leg. Bend those knees, rolls up. We've got our last ab J. Are you ready? So hands here, level with the belly button. Let's go. So knees are bent, scoop down, lift up, up, up. Shoulders down, taper down. Here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to roll down, and we just got to do the other side to stretch that leg. So here I come. Here's my bend under. Hands come down. Barney boy, you're going to have to get off my mat. Here I am in this position. Lift up through the backs of the legs. Walk the hands out for 6 walks. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Bubs, so you're going to have to go. Come on, out the way. Go, go, over there. Good boy. Good boy. Lie down. So here we are, lovely people, on all fours. There we go. So from this position, just find that position. It feels good for you. You have your shoulders over your wrists. You have your knees maybe a little bit further back from your hips. And we're going to make that clock face, and we take the leg out to the side. So when we've got it to the side, just feel comfortable before you start to move. Press your toes down. If you want to take this leg a little bit further back so you feel a bit more space, please do. And the toes can be tucked under if you want to wake up your feet. So from here, we're going to ease back. So we open up, keep lifting the tailbone, and then we come forward nice and smooth. And again, ease back. And back. So you just come forward. So just feel that you're opening up that area. I really like this stretch, actually. It's so good to open up these sort of muscles in and all this sort of like tight ligament area around the hips that can hold a lot of stress and strain for ourselves. So just lifting the tailbone up as you ease back. A couple more. And again, think about the word being sort of curiosity. Have an element of curiosity towards how your body is feeling. Ease back down, and then from here we're actually going to just lift up, so you can untuck that toe, stretch up nice and tall so you just get that lift, and then reach over one side. Good job. And then reach over the other side. Here we are with the abdominal J, so we get that symmetry. And then from here we tuck under, we lift up, shoulders and V. So it's quite good doing this abdominal J in this position. It makes us have awareness that we're not sinking into our hips and reducing the length here. So we're nice and neat for 10, 9, 8. Space in the spine here, really important if we're sitting down a lot. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. And then we're going to ease down and just open up that back. So the hands stretch nice and wide. Bring this one hand underneath your face. This spare hand here is going to trace up through our body. And then you can leave it here on your shoulder if you want, high with the elbow. Keep pressing those toes into the floor. Open up with that chest, stretch, stretch, stretch. If you want to extend up, be really tall, be really proud of the space that your body takes up in this world today. Deep breath in and breathe out. And then in your own time, ease back down. And you're going to take your hands, so we're in this position here, and this leg is going to come back, so we bring it underneath us, and we're going to push ourselves into that downward dog. So tuck your toes underneath yourselves, lovely people. Spread your hands, feel strong, and we're going to lift up and unfold the hips. So as we do that, we're trying to get the hips as high as we can, and the chest is coming back towards the thighs. So this is a really big, expansive position. Add a bit of movement in it if you want, just to see how that feels for you today. Waking up your body, long through the sides of your body, deep breath in. And then from here, bend the knees, and you're going to walk the feet in towards your hands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Just nod and relax in this position here. So let's nod yes to the day, no to the day, yes to the day. And from here, heavy in that tailbone, open up the whole of the back of that posterior chain. And you're going to roll up nice and gently, easing up. Take your time as you come up here. Stretch nice and tall. And when you feel comfortable, turn to face me, or however you're positioned in your room, in your home as you're joining me. And we're going to finish with 3 abdominal J's and ab pulls. Okay, so just get us into this nice lifted feeling. So hands are level with our belly button, a little bit of bend of the knee, draw in, scoop all the way up, shoulders are down, taper into that rib cage, and you're here with this global greeting, so you keep that length. Bottom is relaxed here. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Relax down. Good job. Okay, 2 more here. Level with the belly button. Here we go. Remember, I'll put a link at the end of this for the actual drill of the abdominal J. So if you want a little bit of extra rehearsal, we just check out exactly what's happening. If you need a bit more time, I go into a lot more detail. So taper into the rib cage, come down, keep the length here. So we keep the length in the internal obliques here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Relax down. Last ab J. So really think about keeping this length as tautness with us today. Are you ready? Here we go. So draw down, scoop in, lift up, shoulders down, taper, global greeting here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and 3 and 2. Shoulders are soft. Take your hand, place it right down by your pubic bone. Find out where your belly button is, and we're just going to finish with 5 pulls in here to make this area between the pubic bone and the sternum have some length, some gorgeous space for internal organs, and also try to sort of target this tricky, troublesome area here. Are you ready? So your hand has to be really low, okay? Let's be proud about this. And we're going to draw in a little bit, find where your belly button is, and just think, can I be a little bit, maybe a millimeter taller between this point and this point? Put it in, up, 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 up. Relax down. Good job. Let's do a second one. Are you ready? Here we go. So we pull in, the bottom stays relaxed. So I'm not tucking under. I've got length here. I've just pulled in and I'm going to go up. The emphasis is more up, up, up. Here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2 and 1. Relax down. Good job. And we'll do one more. Here we go. So really think, brain muscle pathway, even if this area feels dormant, we can do this. So we draw in, finger here, lift up. So we've really got this gorgeous openness with the upper body, softness with the upper body, but we're creating the length and the strength here. So important for the space for our internal organs, making this area start to wake up and also support our back. Let's hold this more for 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. And ease off. Well done, gorgeous people. You've done a fantastic job. Let's take our hands out the side and we're going to just share a bit of love before we finish this session. So take the hands, give yourselves a big hug, little feet hip distance apart, draw the shoulder blades together and just tuck that tailbone under. So just a bit of a hugging roll down. As we ease down, just open up that back, see how that feels. Does this feel better than the first one this morning? Please leave me a comment as we ease through this. So just come up nice and gently and ease up. Good job. Change to the side. Big hug and really give yourself a good squish. Love yourself today. Okay, we all need a bit of that. So bend the knees, tuck the tailbone under and take forward all this lovely energy and expansion and opening of the body all the way through the day. Good job. And then from here, we're just going to extend up. And I invite you with me to send our love around the world. Thank you for joining me today. And after the count of 3, here we go. 3 and 2 and 1. We're gone. Thank you so much, gorgeous people, for joining me. From myself and my cheeky border terrier, Barney boy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great day. I'm really sorry about the technical problems we've had and the exposure and the little challenge from this one. But wherever you are in the world, have a great day. Take forward this feeling of lift and light and vitality. And I hope you feel that your body's feeling nice and taut and bright and a little bit more zingy zing zing. Have a great day. And I'll be back with you live on Friday. And I hope all's well. And if you get a chance to go out and do